Staves, the weapon of choice for the caster classes in Guild Wars 2 like the Guardians, Necromancers, and Elementalists. With the introduction of martial classes like the Daredevil in the Heart of Thorns expansions in 2015, battle staves started to make an appearance too. Without further ado, these are some of the best-looking staves in-game. Let's start with my absolute favorite staff, the Arcane Battlestaff. Spotting an intricate design with beautiful blue glows and trails, this staff fits very well with both the caster and martial classes. Introduced a few years back, this staff could very well rival legendaries with its outstanding effects and appearance. At 25 Black Lion statuettes, I would say it is definitely one of the best-looking staff in-game at this price. Next, we have the Stellar Staff. This set is the upgraded version of the base astral weapons. With an Alonian theme, its design is detailed and effects beautiful. It has a nice idle animation of rotating planets, which is rare among staves. The yellow orbs along with the hilt also shine even when stowed. It also adds a magical pink and blue glowing effect when drawn to the base astral version. Moving on, we have the Magical Staff. This is also another of my favorite set due to its beautiful appearance and effects. This rainbow-themed weapon set is just eye-catching no matter how you look at it. Probably inspired by animes like Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura. This set, like its name suggests, is simply magical. Next is the Dreamwalker Staff. This massive-looking scythe fits the martial classes like Daredevils and Revenants well. I suppose Necromancers can use it too. The scythe materializes on draw and glows with a cyan color. When stowed, the scythe effect disappears. This on-draw effect and subtle trail makes the Dreamwalker Staff one of the more unique set in-game. The Lorekeeper Staff is another good-looking set. This set has on-draw effects where the staff glows gold. It also has a book theme design and golden trails during movement. I would say the Lorekeeper Staff is a match made in heaven for the Firebrand due to its theme, color, and design. In particular, the trail is made from alphabets and letters and is certainly intricate in its design. Next up is probably one of the best-looking Black Lion staff in-game. The new Kaineng staff is arguably the best-looking weapon type in its set. This lotus-themed weapon has gentle green glows on draw and serene green petals floating to the ground. The effect and design is well thought out and exquisitely created. Probably the best-looking green staff in-game. Next is the Bifrost. This first-generation legendary staff was the go-to for everyone back then. As old as the game, the Bifrost is still unbelievably good-looking and probably one of the best-looking shiny staff. With a prismatic rainbow design, it has very noticeable looks and trail effect. It can even go with the Necromancer's black staff effects due to its white contrasting primary colors. I would say it is very versatile in its usability indeed. Outclassed by the shinier Generation 3 legendaries, the Bifrost is, however, still a beautiful classic. The Nevermore is the Generation 2 legendary staff. This staff is known as the Raven Staff due to its raven effects on draw and projectiles. With ravens resting on the oak branches, black feathers around the arm, its cyan effects contrasts well with the brown bark. I think this staff suits necromancers and druids well. Next up, we have the Staff of Matthias. This staff is obtained from raids and has a very noticeable red trail effect. In fact, it is one of the only staffs in-game with a red primary color effect scheme. The other noticeable red staff is the Crimson Assassin Staff. I think this staff looks good for classes that swing the staff a lot, like Daredevils and Revenants. It was one of the more prestigious staff in-game. The Empowered Boneskinner's Spine is a unique staff. It is probably one of the only non-legendary staff in-game that alters the projectiles. It also has on-draw and stow effects. It is an upgrade over its base non-empowered version and comes in Ascended quality. The Generation 3 legendary staff is the Arcane Insight. Of note, the Primordus theme is one of the better-looking set. With its fiery trails and color scheme, I think the staff stands out quite well in an otherwise crowded group. The Primordus set certainly goes well with the Ember infusion as seen. The Hydra staff is one of the more unique, older skins. It is made up of a three-headed Hydra with idle animations. You don't see this staff all too often these days, but it used to be rather popular back then. The Super Staff is one of the unique staff in the SAB set in that it has an idle animation after draw. The bird on the staff starts flapping its wings and is something different. Last but not least, we have Kasmeer's staff. This is one of the oldest skins in game that still looks good. When the staff draws, it expands. When it stows, it contracts. It gains pink effects on draw and has subtle petals falling too. Very suitable for mesmers in my opinion. All right, as usual, we end with some honorable mentions. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.